share information. Today I'm with Holly Gray, and we're going to talk about this week's fundamental. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning.
And thanks for being with me today. Holly, why is it important to share information, and how do you decide what information to share?
Well, I think it's important to share information because it, number one, fosters collaboration between colleagues. It improves communication. I believe it enhances each person's productivity. Also, I think that it builds a positive work environment because people think that they're getting a full story, a full picture of what's going on. And ultimately, I think it leads to better outcomes with various projects and leads to the success of the organization. So those are like my top reasons for feeling that it's important to share information.
Makes sense. So, as you said, sharing information helps team members stay informed. And once you have the information, you should share the information.
Absolutely.
And share information with everyone who needs to know. So,
Yes.
if you have a team of 6 or 7 people, don't just share it with one person, share it with everyone on the team who needs to know that information, right?
Yeah. And I tend to like to do your follow-up question, which was, how do I determine what to share? I tend to, at least with my team, I share everything. If I'm in an asset management meeting, for an example, that my other teammates aren't in, and they're expressing information, or somebody is saying something that I think is either interesting or may inform someone how to do their job better, then I share it. Even if I think that it might not directly impact someone's position. They work for the company, and so they may be interested in knowing what's happening. So I tend to give more information than may even somebody needs to do their exact job.
Right. So if you over communicate and they have more information than they need, that's better than under communicating and they're missing a piece of information because you thought, so and so didn't need that. It doesn't really pertain to them. Right?
Yeah, and I shouldn't really be making that decision, right? I can't determine for somebody else what they may or may not need. So it's better just to share it all and let
Right.
them decipher what they need to use to do their jobs.
Right. And so for you to decide who needs what, you need to ask yourself, who else needs this information? So I gave it to Mary and to Bill, okay, because I know Mary and Bill need it, but who else needs this information? Because as we just said, it's better to over communicate rather than leaving someone out who might need that information that you're not aware of.
Absolutely.
And then also, it's really important to share the good stuff, but it's just as important to share the bad stuff. So if something bad happens, um, you as a manager can better handle the situation if you are informed of it in advance, as opposed to if you are blindsided and you're not informed and you're just all of a sudden it is in front of you and you have to deal with it and you don't have any history.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, Mike always says, always share the good information, but share the bad information twice as fast. And I
Right.
think that works for all of us.
Absolutely. But I think some people are more reluctant to share bad information just because the nature, it's not something pleasant.
Yeah.
Um, and so we can share information or share information in an email, in a conference call, on a phone, person to person. And to make sure that that person has received the information, you can either ask for confirmation in email or ask them verbally, like to state back to you what you just communicated. And if
Yeah.
they if they miss something, then you're right there and you can clarify, no, I didn't mean such and such. I meant Y or whatever.
Yep. I think it's very important. I try to in my meetings. I'm always soliciting for feedback so that I can confirm that everybody is on the same page as I am. And that way we know that we're all on the same page and we can move forward.
Right. So by asking for feedback, that's your way of confirming that everyone's on the same, has the same understanding of what you communicated.
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. So as usual, I'm going to leave you with a few quotes that resonate, share information. The first is share your knowledge. It is a way to achieve immortality, the Dalai Lama. And I not only use all the brains I have, but I use all I can borrow. Woodrow Wilson. If I have an apple, if you have an apple and I have an apple and we exchange apples, we each have one apple. But if you have an idea and I have an idea and we exchange ideas, now we each have two ideas. That's George Bernard Shaw. Pretty simple, but kind of speaks to sharing information. If you have knowledge, let others light their candle in it. Margaret Fuller.
I like those.
Thanks. So I want to thank you again, Holly, for being with me today, taking your time, and sharing your thoughts on sharing information. Broad Street, share information and have a great week.